Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Dan Hagan. Today on Up North at 4, we will talk to an Upper Peninsula documentary filmmaker who's actually very well acquainted with this station. We'll explain later. Then we will talk to an investing professional about some tips putting money in the market. We'll get to all of that in a bit, but first, here's your top 4 at 4. The Nicolay College Cosmetology program is hosting a hygiene drive. People are encouraged to donate personal care items like shampoo, deodorant, and more. The items will go to families in need through the District of Rhinelander and at the YMCA of the Northwoods. Donation boxes are located at Studio 113 on the Nicolay campus, the YMCA, Triggs and Rhinelander, Rhinelander Hometown Pharmacy, and the high school library. The drive ends March 31st. Snowmobile trails across northern Wisconsin are closing up for the season. Oneida County trails will close tomorrow at noon. Lincoln County trails closed yesterday. Langlade and Forest County trails are also closed, but Florence, Vilas, and Price County trails are still open. Students at the Wabeno School District are collecting donations for Ukrainians. It started when 5th graders realized a student in their class had family living in Ukraine. Donations will go to the International Red Cross. People can drop off donations at the school district office in Wabeno. The school is collecting donations of clothing, medical supplies, personal hygiene items, monetary donations, and non-perishable foods. The collection drive ends Friday. Tilly's Cafe in Rhinelander is having a game night tonight to fundraise for Ukraine. The owner of Tilly's wanted to give people in the Northwoods a way to support people across the world. There will be traditional Ukrainian food, wine, beer, and the normal coffee and teas on Tilly's menu. The event starts at 6 p.m. tonight and goes until 9. There will be plenty of board games available to be played. Donations from the fundraiser will go to a nonprofit providing food to Ukrainian refugees. Well, it's time to break out the sunblock, Jeff. Chief Meteorologist Jeff Fuller joins. Now, Jeff, sunbathing season.
Yeah, Nate's wearing shorts out there today. 50s are currently out there as we speak, and they're not going to come back tomorrow for most of us, but they are back in the 7-day forecast with 50s back in the forecast Saturday into Sunday as well. But for right now, it's currently 53 in Rhinelander, a southwest breeze around 10, and a feel-like temperature there near 53 as well. Over in Wausau, I know, it's 60 in Wausau right now with a south breeze around 8. It's gorgeous outside. We earned it. It feels like spring. And looking around the horn, you can see everybody's well above average today, from upper 40s well north and west to upper 60s across parts of central Wisconsin right now. And again, there's a cold front right over here. It's going to be a bit colder for us tomorrow. We're talking 46 tomorrow. I know, 42 for Friday, back to 46 on Saturday, but then right back up again Sunday. So we've turned a corner now with warmer temperatures kind of locked in for the time being. Uh-oh, what's this? Well, this is a satellite picture with some clouds, and that's a little bit of drizzle. There could be a couple sprinkles in the area tonight. That's that sneaky cold front. Behind it, the air is a little bit colder. That's going to cool us off a bit for tomorrow into Friday as well. As the air over here is just a bit colder. It's pretty moisture starved, though, as much of the moisture is stuck with this system over here. That will stay there for us, though. Maybe a couple sprinkles across the area tonight. So our forecast then tonight, though, is mostly cloudy skies, and a couple areas of sprinkles with low temperatures down near 32. Your full forecast at 5 o'clock.
Grow new ideas for your farm at the WPS Farm Show, March 29th through the 31st at the EAA grounds in Oshkosh.
I wish I could find somewhere to eat that serves lunch so I can relax and have someone clean up after me. I miss lunch at the Rhinelander Cafe and Pub. The Rhinelander Cafe and Pub is opening for lunch? The Rhinelander Cafe and Pub is opening for lunch. The Rhinelander Cafe and Pub will be opening for lunch starting February 22nd. Exciting new choices, but some of the favorites too.
Dairy farms disappearing, prices up, COVID's still not gone. And what's Ron Johnson done? Voted against new jobs and told us to take mouthwash to cure COVID. I'm Sarah Godlewski. I grew up in Eau Claire, where we're more interested in common sense than conspiracies. That's how I've run the state treasurer's office, and common sense is what, quite frankly, we could use in Washington. Practical ideas that just help people, not mouthwash. I'm Sarah Godlewski, and that's why I approve this message.
Lake of the Torches Resort Casino. You can count on us for all the hottest slots inside. Sun-dappled water outside. Enjoyment comes naturally here with abundant home-style foods, the most exciting promotions, and the new Lake Club that rewards you for playing. At Lake of the Torches Resort Casino, expect the best of everything every time you visit. Winning's more fun at the lake.
Northland Basement Systems is the all things basementy company. Basement waterproofing, basement finishing, basement structural repair, humidity and mold control, and nasty crawl spaces too. When it comes to basement solutions, nobody does it better than we do. Since 1991, homeowners just like you in the Northland have trusted Northland Basement Systems for all things basementy in their homes. Call Northland Basement Systems today to schedule a free home evaluation.
We're back on Up North at 4. We're talking to a documentary filmmaker today. Her name is Kristen Ojanimi. Kristen, how are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful. Thanks for having me.
You know, Kristen is very well versed in this station, but we're going to get to that later. Let's just start with how you got into filmmaking in the first place.
Well, I did go to college for film and video at Grand Valley State University in Grand Rapids, Michigan, or near Grand Rapids. I wanted to do narrative films. I wanted to go to Hollywood. Instead, I moved back home and got a job at Channel 12.
Which
There's
brings
a
us
story.
here.
All right, so Kristen, 4 years ago, you left here to go be your own boss, right? You wanted to make movies, and you've done that. You know, were those some scary steps to take at the time?
They were scary steps. It was something I had wanted to do, but wasn't sure that I would get enough work to be able to be employed full-time in the video production world on my own in the Upper Peninsula, not far from here, only 75 miles. So it was scary at first, but I mean, a month or two in, and I was busy right away, and it's been crazy ever since.
Yeah.
That's surprising. It surprises me for anyone who would go into that field is how do you get jobs? Do you reach out to people? Do they find you? How did it work
They
out?
all find me. I had a pretty good client list and a lot of good connections before I left the TV station here. I was doing a lot of side work. I'd already done 2 feature-length documentaries before I left the TV station. And so I had a list of people that were already wanting to hire me to make videos. And after that, it's just been word of mouth. You know, you make one video for one client and somebody asks them who did that. And it's as soon as I think that, I was like, oh, you know, I don't have anything coming up next month. All of a sudden, my inbox has got a couple emails. I'm like, well, there you go.
And now you're award-winning. You're on your own, doing really great things. Your documentaries are so captivating. They kind of just suck you in. You tell stories so well. What's your secret?
Wow, what is my secret? I really like talking to people and meeting people and hearing their stories. I think my secret is maybe I'm a really good listener. I can get anybody to tell me anything. I don't know. I turn on the camera and somebody's like, I don't want to be in an interview, and next thing you know, an hour's passed and we're still talking about whatever subject.
And your focus is on nature, correct? Mostly
Yes.
nature-related topics?
A lot of, you know, the last few years I've been doing a lot of like outdoors type of stories for the show Discovering, which airs on the NBC affiliate up in Marquette. A lot of hunting, a lot of fishing, but pretty much anything Yooper goes and outdoors goes. So backpacking, camping. I spent 8 days on Isle Royale last year.
Rough.
I know. It's a terrible
Beautiful.
job. It's a terrible job.
You featured a lot of women in your stories. Why do you think that's important to do?
I really like getting stories about women in the outdoors. Myself being in the video production and filmmaking world, it is definitely a very male-dominated world. And then you get into the hunting and the fishing and the outdoors also. But there are a lot of women that do these things as well, and I think it's really good to highlight that.
Feature films as well. Those are probably a little more risky to make, I would assume, right? Are they more difficult to make than documentaries?
All of them have been documentaries.
Okay.
So all of my features have been documentaries. I've done 3 so far, 2 of them with the Finnish American Heritage Center up in the UP, so I do a lot of work with them as well.
Let's talk about your Finnish American heritage. How has that impacted your storytelling? Can you tell me a little bit more about your background? Maybe did your parents come from Finland?
My great-grandparents.
Okay.
So all of my great-grandparents emigrated to the U.S. in the early 1900s. So yeah, I'm 100% Finnish.
So cool. That's neat. And you're up in the UP.
Which is very much a Finnish population up there.
Yep. Is that what grounds you there? Or there, as you get bigger and your business grows, do you have plans on branching out and moving to Hollywood like you mentioned earlier? It was your dream when you were younger.
That was my dream when I was younger. I still have a dream to win an Oscar, but I think I can do it from the UP.
Yeah. Very cool.
No, I have no plans to leave the Upper Peninsula. I live just 3 miles from my parents and from some of my siblings and my friends, and I have no interest in leaving. It's beautiful where I live. It's one of the most beautiful places.
Yeah.
Not that I've been a lot of places, but
I think we can relate.
We can relate, yes.
Well, let's take a break. After the break, Kristen, let's talk about 2 documentaries, your most recent one and one that you did at Channel 12. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Guess who's making a splash? Here of Denord, of course. We make installing your dock easy enough for just one person, and you don't even have to get wet. With our piers, there's less maintenance, no rust, and no fuss, because we're factory direct. Made in St. Germain, come and visit us.
Dylan, how's that sofa you can't return from that big internet site?
Honestly, not that great.
Well, Slumberland can help. It's our biggest finance sales event of the year. Just $20 a month will get you a gorgeous sectional, a 3-piece bedroom group, when you spend $1,200 and pay no interest for 5 years.
No way.
How about kicking back in this luxury leather power recliner for just $25 a month? And come to Slumberland Sleep Solutions, where we've reinvented mattress shopping.
Supply chain backlogs, inflation, agitation.
Here's an idea. If we make things here in America, supply chain issues won't be a thing anymore. That's exactly how we built the Bucks Arena, by having 80% of the materials come from Wisconsin. We did the same by paying higher wages. That's how you know, as your senator, I'll get things done. Raising people's wages, make things in America finally stand up to China. I'm Alex Lazary, and I approve this message because it's time to put more money in the pockets of working people.
Your home, where life happens. Family and friends gather. Memories are created. Locally family-owned business serving Rhinelander, Eagle River, and surrounding areas. Come into one of our stores located in Eagle River or Rhinelander and work closely with one of our creative kitchen designers on creating your dream kitchen.
Eagle River Cabinets, building relationships, one cabinet at a time.
Guess who's making a splash? Here of Denord, of course. We make installing your dock easy enough for just one person, and you don't even have to get wet. With our piers, there's less maintenance, no rust, and no fuss, because we're factory direct. Made in St. Germain, come and visit us.
We're backing up north at 4, still here with documentary filmmaker Kristen Ojanimi. Kristen, you worked at Channel 12 for many years, and you did the 50 Years at 12 documentary, which I just love. I learned a lot about this place. Tell me what it was like making that documentary.
Oh, wow, that was many years ago. It was really interesting to learn the history of the TV station and talking to people that had worked at the station when it first began and, all the way through till whichever year that was. But, I love history. And anytime I get to, tell anything like that is interesting. And it really also did get my feet wet in the documentary filmmaking world doing that film.
Let's talk about your most recent one then, because it's also very history related. Yeah, tell me about the Nonesuch Mine.
So the Nonesuch Mine is one of what have been, I think, almost 45 copper mines in the Porcupine Mountains Wilderness State Park. It has the most interesting history of them all. You can go and see the mine ruins or the ruins of this old stamp mill and the buildings there right now. It's just a nice little half-mile walk down, and there's a waterfall. It's just got a really interesting history. And so I was approached by the Friends of the Porkies, which is a group up there, to do this documentary. It's a documentary but also part virtual tour. So really what the goal of it was for people to watch this documentary and then want to actually go out and see it for themselves. And to give them a little bit of knowledge about what happened there, because there's one small interpretive sign, but there's not really much that tells you what these ruins are and what happened here. And there's a lot of books published, but they're really old and kind of hard to find. So this just makes it more accessible to everyone to learn this history and make them, interested actually going and visiting this site.
And now we're all curious, what's next on your project list?
Oh, so I haven't put it out there publicly. Maybe this is it. I am actually, after this interview, going up to go film some basketball tonight. History again. Mm-hmm. So my high school is Trail Creek up in the UP, and 1972, 50 years ago, the boys basketball team won the Division IV state title. So that was the first and only time that they won the state title. Okay. So I kind of want to celebrate, that anniversary, plus just tell the story of that school's basketball program and their legacy. They probably got the biggest legacy of any basketball program in the UP, as far as like coaches and individual player records and just all-around records. So I think it's an interesting story to tell. Plus, there's boys, they're in the regional finals tonight, and some of them are grandsons of that 1972 team as well. So there's a lot of different connections, there's a lot of different stories, and so it's a personal documentary. Nobody's hiring me to do this one, so that's my next big one. I've got a lot of other little small ones in the works too, but that's the big one.
Final question here, Kristen. How does it feel to kind of take that leap? And it seems like you're doing what you love to do. Mm-hmm. How does that feel, and why do you like it?
How does that feel? It feels great. I just live in the moment and just grateful for every day that I'm able to work for myself and do something that I love, and
you're doing it.
And I'm doing it. So.
Well, thanks so much, Kristen, for joining us on Up North at 4.
Thank you for having me.
You can find her stuff online. If you Google Kristen Ojanimi, you could probably find it there.
The only one.
She's probably the only one. It's a unique name. We'll be right back on Up North at 4.
Attention homeowners, we started with 50, then 30. Now we've reached the final days looking for 20 homeowners who need a kitchen upgrade. Mad City is Wisconsin's #1 remodeler and trusted local source for gorgeous kitchen cabinet refacing installed in as little as 2 days. Completely and affordably transform your kitchen. Dozens of stain-resistant colors and wood finishes, soft close doors and drawers. But these are the final days. 20 homeowners who call now will receive special savings. Free installation on a cabinet refacing project, 18 months, no interest, no payments, senior and military discounts. We'll take before and after pictures and compensate you for your time. Call during this program for a free $50 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. Choose from dozens of attractive styles and colors like Cascade White and Chocolate Pear. And ask about Mad City's Do More discount for additional savings on EcoSky windows and custom bathing solutions.
I would rate Mad City at a 10 on a scale of 1 to 10.
I would say that Mad City will definitely give you an honest price.
They're fast, they're efficient, and good folks.
Mad City has more than 50,000 satisfied customers, and we're A+ rated with the BBB. Our kitchen cabinet refacing services help you avoid a lengthy remodel, stay under budget, and transform your kitchen in as little as 2 days, including Lazy Susans, roll-out shelving, plus soft close doors and drawers. Listen up, final days for 20 homeowners to save with free installation on a cabinet refacing project. 18 months, no interest, no payments. Senior and military discounts. We'll compensate you for your time. Call during this program for a free $50 Amazon gift card with estimate. From Wausau and throughout north central Wisconsin, call with zip code and location to qualify. Dial 715-503-4198. That's 715-503-4198.
Welcome back to Up North at 4. Investing is something that everyone should be involved with, but it's hard to know how to start and where you should put your money. Well, let's talk to an expert. We have Lorna Capista from Fidelity Investments. Lorna, how are you doing today?
Great, thanks for having me.
Of course. So we're going to get into kind of the generic advice for investing, but let's first start with Fidelity's 2022 Money Moves study. What did you guys learn from that study?
So what we're seeing is that in general, women are investing now more than ever, but it's really young women that are leading the charge. So those that are under 36 have taken steps to invest earlier. In fact, a decade, so that's 10 years earlier than their older counterparts. And that's great news, as we do know that women of older generations often biggest regret is not investing earlier. And so it's fantastic that those younger women are taking that advice and then taking steps to make their money work harder.
Okay, for everyone who wants to start investing earlier, what are some tips?
Well, I think it's first important to understand why you need to invest earlier and how much you need to get started. And so the first thing is that you can start to invest with as little as $1. In fact, Fidelity offers 0 minimums, so it's a great opportunity to just get in there and begin to learn. And then when you be investing earlier, you just really need to look at a couple scenarios to understand the potential benefit of doing so. So when you compare someone who starts at the age of 25 versus 40, both contributing $50 a month, to the age of 67, and both earning a 7% rate of return, what you see is that the person who started at 20 is able to grow their total to about $144,000. That base investment was $25,000, so you're basically earning 5 times the amount of that initial investment. That person who started at 40, that's still good, but what you see is they earn to about $46,000, and they're able to double their investment over that time. So the earlier you start, the more you get to take advantage of compound investing and potential growth over time.
Yeah,
that's what we want everyone doing.
Go ahead. Sorry about that.
No, that's what we want everybody doing, is seeing that. I see that chart in that moment, and I think that's what we all need to be doing.
Yeah, that chart was shocking. It always amazes me to see those compound interest graphs. Well, let's talk specifically investing. You know, we can say you got to invest and you'll make money, but what should people invest in? Should they pick and choose stocks? Should they put money in mutual funds or index funds?
I think what is important is everybody has their own set of unique goals and their own time frames and their own risk tolerance. And based on that, it's how you would then put together, a basket of options that are going to kind of help you do what you're looking to achieve. And what we often hear is, I don't know where to get started, or I don't know what to choose. And so we have created an available set of resources. They are free, where everybody can learn to take those steps. First, it's Women's History Month. We are celebrating and we are supporting women and anyone who wants to join with a set of events as well as workshops. We will cover money topics from how to develop a financial plan through how to take the first steps to invest. And it's Fidelity experts as well as external guests that'll be coming together for inspiring stories as well as actionable steps.
So Lorna, let's talk about cryptocurrency very briefly. Everyone knows about it. Not many people know what it is, any details about it. This may be a dumb question, but is it smart to invest in cryptocurrency?
So it is probably not for me to say what's smart and not smart. What I think about is if you're someone who's just starting out and who's really looking to learn about the best way to help your money achieve its greatest potential, what you really want to do is just understand all of the options and then figure out what the best option is for you. And if you do determine that's the path that you want to take, that's got to just fit into your time frame and your risk tolerance. Similar if you thought about any type of stock, individual stocks or funds or bonds. So it's the same type of conversation. It's just getting to know what's important to you and what you feel like you can stomach over time to make sure that you are able to achieve its greatest potential.
Well, Lorna Kapusta is with Fidelity Investments. Find Fidelity, just Google them, go on their website to learn about all the offerings that they have. Lorna, thank you so much for joining us on the show and enlightening our viewers on some information about investing. Thanks again.
Thanks for having me today.
We'll be right back on Up North at 4.
Can anything 20 years old still seem new? Test results say yes. After 20 years of extreme Minnesota weather, Renewal by Andersen windows stand the test of time. But this offer won't. Click now and take advantage of this limited time offer. Renewal by Andersen, the better way to a better window.
Working families need help with rising costs. That's why Governor Tony Evers brought Republicans and Democrats together to cut income taxes for the middle class. Now, if you make $50,000 a year, you'll see over $500 a year in tax cuts, more for married couples. Couldn't we all use a little help dealing with rising costs? Call Governor Tony Evers. Tell him you support his new law on middle-class tax relief.
Menards carries the largest in-stock selection of appliances. Discover the Criterion Advantage with a pair of laundry appliances with great features like 8 dynamic preset cycles and sensor dry technology. Find great quality and great prices with 11% off all Criterion appliances today. Create your dream bathroom with Lions' great selection of showers, bathtubs, and surrounds to fit your style and budget. All Lions bathroom products are 11% off right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Everyone sleeps at Tomahawk Furniture and Gun with prices so low you'll have to bend over to see them. Prices that'll make your eyes pop out. Want to sleep watching TV? Check out our recliners. You want to pass out face first in a sofa? Check out our sofas! And beds! We've got beds! Check us out! Prices so low you'll think we're crazy! Because everyone sleeps at Tomahawk Furniture and Gun!
It's Ford Truck Month, America. With new inventory arriving daily, it's time to get after it in a Ford F-150 and a Ford Ranger. Stop by your local Ford dealer today and let us help you custom order your truck your way. Then we'll get after building it. It's Ford Truck Month. Visit your local Ford dealer today. Order your F-150 to lock in 0% financing for 66 months and $500 cash, plus an extra $1,000 retailer order bonus.
Cedar Creek Grillhouse, the area's newest restaurant, is now open. You bring the appetite, we'll bring the heat. Enjoy mouth-watering entrees for breakfast and dinner, prepared on a fire grill or wood-burning oven. Cedar Creek Grillhouse at the Holiday Inn and Suites, Rothschild.
Big thanks again to Christian Ojanimi, who is here. We are going to air one of her documentaries on Monday. We're planning on it. I will give you a definitive on Friday. Something could
so
come
it's up in the air, right?
It's up in the air, right. So my plan is to actually help train someone, and we're going a new employee that day. So that'll allow me to have some free time to do that. Jeff,
a new employee named Hans.
Yes, I'm excited for that. I want to introduce you to perhaps the most famous roller rink. It actually hasn't happened yet, but take a look at this. We know the famous rink at 30 Rock, right? In New York City. Well, it's about to become a roller rink in the summer. And it hasn't happened. They did this in 1940. They haven't done it since, but I think it's a great idea.
I do too. So growing up, I went to a private Catholic school for 14 years, right? And we had monthly roller skating parties where the school put on the event at local roller rinks, and we would all go, and that was a thing.
That's part of my childhood too.
So I got really good at rollerblading and roller skating.
But I feel like, sadly, we don't have the rinks like we used to, especially the one just west of Rhinelander.
We have the ice rinks, but not like the roller rinks.
Yes. I feel like those should come back.
We need to bring it back. Somebody with lots of money build a roller rink around here, and we're going to go. We'll go.
Yeah, we would invest too.
We would.
Maybe get our
How's
faces
my
on
crypto coin doing today? I need some money.
Oh yeah, you heard about that? Okay. Well, thanks so much. We should say warm temperatures. Are they going to stay here for a little bit?
So a bit colder tomorrow. A sneaky cold front's coming through now. Maybe a couple sprinkles in the air tonight. But then tomorrow, mid-40s, we kind of turn the corner where 40s and 50s are in the forecast for as far as the eye can see.
Okay, we'll have your full forecast tonight at 5 and 6. We will see all of you then.